Hi, this is Sarah from sarayip.com, Facebook The Numbers Queen, and Instagram sarayip1111. Just doing a really quick check-in. It's been a while. It's been really huge, hasn't it? So we're coming out the other end of a major shift, as I'm sure many of you are as well. And this is just a short video to discuss my October numerology forecast, which I put out in the last few days. So we're in a 5 universal year and a 15 or 6 vibration months. So in the system I use, which you can look up at sarayip.com, each of the numbers also heals a particular chakra. So the 5 universal year is all about this throat chakra, finding that perfect blend of head and heart, creating bridges where there's only been division before. And then the 6-month October is a preview of next year, 2022, which is a 6th year for the planet, and I'm really excited about that. So the 6th energy, the 6th sense, this is the stuff that I live out and what many of you may be hiding from your friends and family and colleagues. And in 2022, especially with the influence of the new children, a lot of this magic has a 6 energy, will be coming out into the open, and we may just find that there are more people than we think who believe what we keep in our hearts and who actually support us creating this new world that's based on seeing the best in others while also keeping our feet on the ground. So like I said, October's a preview, and therefore it's a really beautiful month to reset yourself, especially today being a new moon. Great time to be doing some clearing out, to be setting some intentions, to be connecting with people who you consider your spiritual family, hence this short but hopefully sweet call. Now the 5 energy in tarot is actually the Pope, religion, tradition, marriage, all those places where we connect with the wider world. And these are all the systems and beliefs we've been rethinking this year. And you may have discovered that you are married to ideas that don't love you back. And this year is your chance to start creating different pathways. It's not always about cutting and running. That's really harsh on the body, and especially, that's not what we're advocating right now. Rushing is violence. Just starting to create those new pathways and new neural patterns. So new behaviors this month. Now, 15 in the tarot is actually the devil card, and if you read my forecast, I do word magic. Word magic is a way of dissolving any fear you have, because the language itself is setting up that mood. When you look at the word devil, it's just the word lived backwards. So it's the word that people throw at you when they don't agree with how you're doing things, when you're doing things the opposite way to them, faster, slower, The word she devil can be rearranged to she lived. So next time people throw these words at you, play with them. Even you'll see some of my recent posts like witch, a woman in total connection with herself, or a wizard in total connection with herself. When we can do that, that's spiritual maturity, and that's when life becomes this wonderful adventure that we always knew it was. That was the reason we came here in the first place. So in my forecast, they talk about the tables are turning on the prophets of prophets. We're starting to see that happen. People have had enough time out of their normal places of work and comfort zones, essentially, that their intuition is very high. Now, I have good intuition because I grew up in an environment which was unpredictable. So I had to learn to read people for survival. And that's essentially what we've all just been through in the last couple of years. We're trying to predict where things are going so that we can make at least some plans. And so all our antennae are up and beaming. And again, I find this super exciting. And if you found my page, I hope that you're getting some joy from reading the posts, because this is a wonderful, liberating way to live. So it's very possible that, especially if you have a 6 life path or strong 6s or 15s in your numbers, you can look that all up on my page, sarahip.com, under Find Your Life Path. Or even if you see 666, that this is a big month for you to clear things out that no longer serve you, to call things in that you've always dreamed of. 666 is the code for trusting your sixth sense, your spidey sense. It's not negative. I know that there are teachers, books, websites that say it's the number of the beast. It means you're too focused on material things. It's so much deeper than that. Numerology is so much more than a meme. So you can Google Sarah Yip 666 for a really extended article on this. And when you add up those numbers, 6 plus 6 plus 6, it adds to 18. 18 or 18/9 is a vibration of love. So for me, this is actually a wonderful number. It's about using your kind eyes to find a silver lining in whatever happens to you. And just to be really clear, because I'm a scientist, 616 was the number of the beast in the Bible, not 666. And in fact, there's quite a lot of copy errors or plagiarism in some of these texts, and unfortunately, unless you question them, you are leading your life based on like very slippery substances, and that can be why you can't get where you want to go. So the 6 energy that we're all healing in ourselves this month and next year, it thinks for itself. And it combines that with a really powerful heart to create a world where all colors are accepted. It's not just black and white. So the mind is a tool. It's a light. Even in the hand, your solar plexus chakra, your headline, it's a light. It's a force. So there's no point having a really powerful intellect and confidence unless your heart in there, that you have some sort of connection to your purpose, some sort of beautiful picture to project. If you're not sure who you are and you have a strong mind, you'll just convince everyone else they don't know who they are either. Does that make sense? So the work needs to be done here and here, and that's what this year is about. When you accept that my heaven could be your hell, and vice versa, you're being an 1111 angel. This is a shirt that I made by hand. It's a recycled shirt. I cut out the screen print. It's got shamanic totems. There's a butterfly, a peacock, an Australia, and either a fat dog or maybe a jaguar. So I make my own totemic clothing and things like that because it's really changes my experience of myself, and that's why I actually encourage you also make your own meditations, make your own oracle cards. They don't have to be fancy, but homemade tastes good. So just a couple more things that I need to shove off. September was this double 5 energy for the planet, and that was intense. 5 looks like a propeller, like it's a really fast energy. It's very expansive. And so whatever you were experiencing suddenly got turned up, to maximum volume. And that may have been incredibly uncomfortable. So this October 6, it looks like a person who's relaxing, sitting back. They're pregnant, they have a food baby. So it is this month to just settle yourself again. 6 energy is wonderful for meeting soulmates. In my personal 6 year and 6 month, I met my husband, Chris, reading his palm. This energy of the 6 is also great for home improvements, home businesses, fertility. And as the 10th month, October, it's all about reunions. So hopefully, if you're watching this, if you're watching a replay, you are joining with yourself again, the parts that got left behind or were too quick, and you're bringing them all together to the same dinner table. So questions for you before I log off this particular weekly forecast. Where have you come full circle? That's what the planet's experiencing right now. And even if you look back 9 years, that's the last time the planet was going through this strong 5 change energy. Celebrate your success for its heart one. Heart one. The third eye, it's including our sight, our eyes, but also our insight, our ability to see behind things and into people. It also includes our brain. So what do you feed your mind? you'd be surprised how much of it is recycled, especially if you spend a lot of time on computers. A lot of what's traveling around the internet, to me, it's a bit like the air in an office building. It's from other people, and it's from other people who may not even be getting the credit for their ideas. There's a lot of stolen information on social media and the internet. The New Age industry is very much guilty of this. There's a website called TinEye, Tineye. I use that to make sure I know where my images have come from. As much as I can, I give credit to quotes. I don't accept things at face values, when they say things like, I don't know, problems can't be solved at the level of vibration they were created at, Einstein. I'm Googling that, and so many times it's wrong, and so many times it's attributed to a famous man when it's actually from a minority woman. You'd be amazed how many times that happens. So thinking for yourself, research what people say. Other small tips which can have a big impact. I love organic food. I love local food, homegrown food. The reason is, when you eat food with lumps and bumps and markings, you create this whole new idea of the world where it doesn't have to look perfect and it can still be delicious, where your body can have all these distinguishing features and still be nourishing. Also, organic and local produce tends to be seasonal, so it's got maximum bang for buck. You don't feel starving, and so it makes you more efficient, at least energetically speaking. Plus, of course, it supports the earth. I personally like spring water or filtered water. If you want to avoid plastic waste, see if you can go to a water co-op or get it delivered or pick it up. The Sixth Energy is very much eco-conscious. It very much thinks about future generations. Last couple of things. So looking down at a phone, you literally look down on others, and that can color the way that you see them. So what I encourage you to do this month is look around. Look forwards, set some goals, look at some horizons, chase some sunrises, look up at some trees, find some different perspectives on life. Go through your Instagram or Facebook feed of your pictures of yourself. Are you always front and center? Is it always head on? That itself can be a sign that you're kind of limiting yourself. A lot of people do selfies just from the head up. They're like a talking head. And I think, what happened to your whole body? Where's the pictures of you, in nature being overshadowed by these magnificent, organisms or trees? So I'm just saying, mix it up. Mix it up. Take pictures of your shadows, not just always your front and your fronts, your masks, so to speak. So it's Mercury retrograde still for about 12-ish days. I've personally had massive synchronicity. I'm sure you have too. A lot of prophetic dreams. For example, I dreamed about my friend's family, and so did she, and so did her husband. That was pretty amazing. Last couple of things. So the new moon is today. The full moon is the 20th or 21st. Big change points. And yeah, look, if you've enjoyed this, come back next time. Have a look through my page. Go to my site, sarayip.com, to have a look at my classes or my readings. The best way to learn from me is through Patreon. Oh, my throat chakra is going. So every couple of weeks I go into that group and I do small calls, maybe 6 or 20 people. And we have really great sharing. We talk about numerology, palmistry, spirit, and it's incredibly affordable. It's, something like between $5 and $20 a month, no contracts. And I do that on purpose so that there can be that long-term learning without too much pressure. So anyway, apart from that, I've got a relationship palmistry course, which is how I met my husband. I'm teaching that workshop updated on the 24th of October online. And I'd love to see you there. It would be amazing. So I'll say goodbye for now. I'll be back again soon with another short update, and have an amazing life. So this is Sarah from sarayip.com, Facebook, The Numbers Queen, and Instagram, sarayip1111, signing off. Thank you so much. 1111 peace signs to you always.